our family. His name is Binks. Kitty, kitty, kitty. He had kid overload this morning, but they weren't allowed to touch him. He's had medicine put on him. So they were all probably up in his face, though. But yeah. He was a barn kitty, and now he's an inside kitty, and he really loves that heat vent. My sister sent me a picture of him laying on it last night. Poor little dude. I think he's gonna really enjoy being an indoor cat. Right.
1 week later.
Okay, so hi. It's cold in here, so I'm wearing my Edward blanket. You can't see his face. Let's see if I can get it to show. So I have a little while, and I thought we'd talk about my cousin got married last week, and I thought we'd talk about how accessible it was. Not so much, actually. Yeah, let's do that. So a couple weeks ago, my cousin Justin got married. I wanted to talk about their their venue and the place that we stayed at. It was a 2-hour drive to get there. Treacherous 2-hour drive to get there. My family and I stayed at a cabin while we were there. Big, huge thing. It had like 3 stories to it, basically. Judging from how my family reacted, they thought it was a way more accessible than it was, apparently. And you can see in the pictures from their website, it shows that there wasn't a recliner in the first floor area, which is where they envisioned me sleeping because I cannot sleep flat. We got there, and instead of in the picture, I think there's a leather couch and a recliner and maybe that rocking chair. I can't remember if the rocking chair was in it. What was there? There's 2 leather couches on either side of each other, and then a rocking chair. In this open first floor, you walk in. First things first, you walk in the door, which there's a step, at least 1 or 2 steps, and then I think the doorway was flat. And then you go in, and right there is the kitchen, and right there is the bathroom, which was big enough to get a wheelchair through. And then on the other side of that was the master bedroom, where my parents stayed. The shower was not accessible. It was a walk-in shower, or well, not a walk-in shower, because, well, yeah, it was, technically. But there was like a ledge, no chair, no handheld thingy, shower head thing. It was small. It was very small. But there's a very large jacuzzi-esque tub in the room, and it was low, so it would be very easy to get in and out of. And then from there, there's an outside door to the bedroom, and then next to that is the basement area, which I didn't go down, but I'm guessing there was the hot tub, a pool table, a futon, and a bed down there, and I think a shower. Might have been a bathroom down there, maybe just a shower, I'm not sure. That's where my middle sister and her husband stayed, and then my poor younger sister stayed upstairs. I didn't go up there. I don't know what all. I know there was 2 bedrooms and there was a bathroom, and then the attic was there. And the 1 bedroom had like this big open window, and then the other bedroom had a triangular window. I knew this because I could sit downstairs. You could see the kids making faces at you because they're standing on the bed. The leather couches were not comfortable. The first night I just slept long ways on the couch. That was not comfy. I used like a bajillion pillows. The second night I ended up pulling the coffee table over to me, and I brought my legs up on it and put the pillows behind me. That was a little better. I slept much better. And then the wall behind the couch was just window. And I think there was only curtains on the far end, like the regular kitchen window. And then another window had a curtain on it. And then the window closest to me, right where the fireplace was, there was a curtain. There's curtains up here. Or not curtain. There's windows up here and windows down here. No curtains. There's a window over here that faces the staircase. No curtains on it. I felt very exposed. And then they had a deck that led out from these doors that were surrounded by the windows. That led out to a deck that went all the way down to their little lake. Little, it was a big lake. So that was the house. Oh, my family was so bad because they were like so proud of themselves because they were like, we found a place that has a recliner that you can sleep in and it's got an open floor bed. It's a lot of room to move around. We get there, there was no recliner. So I cannot sleep comfortably away from my own recliner. This is hold on, I'll show you. It has, I painted it. It has a little controller that moves me up and down. And it does lay, well, not completely flat, almost completely flat. So that was fun. It was still a nice place to stay at. It was just that one little thing. That one little thing was different. Well, no, there was another thing of the housekeeping was not done up very well. Like, we kept finding little pieces of like food remnants under furniture that was all scratched up. It was clear it was secondhand. They didn't try to like fix it up at all. It was comfortable and it was nice, but you could tell they bought it in a hurry, which worried me because if I've had the bed bugs before. We didn't have a problem with that, although I did read on their little pamphlet that said that they weren't responsible. So I'm guessing that they had taken care of it well before, if that had been the issue. I didn't tell anybody I was worried about that, but I was worried about that, so I keep hearing somebody's working outside. Although it sounded like it was coming from like right behind this wall. The other thing behind this wall is the wraparound of the deck. So nobody's working on the deck area. At first I thought somebody was like bouncing a basketball, and I thought, wait a minute. Kids left for school hours ago. And the only kid left is my 3-year-old niece next door. So I'm gonna have to check. But then I realized it sounded like somebody was working on something like further away. It just is reverberating. It sounded closer. So that was our cabin. I don't want to go on their venue, but there were some things that could be improved upon. Let's just put it that way. I'm not gonna be negative. I'm just gonna point out things that could be improved upon. When we were supposed to get there, they told us to go past the lake to the enchanted forest. Well, it's not labeled. Nobody. There's no sign that says enchanted forest. There's no like cool little sign thingy like you see this way enchanted forest, this way dark forest or whatever. I don't know. So I'm riding with my other sister and we pull up to this one area that looks like a venue for the wedding itself, but there's the lake. And I'm like, wait, didn't she say past the lake, Samantha? And she's like, I think she did. And I look and I could see the wedding party further up the way. So we drove a little further. And they said that she could drop me off right up where the seats were. She could pull all the way up there and drop me off. She didn't do that. She dropped me off like a few yards back, which was fine. And the wedding area looks like this. It was really pretty. a little difficult to traverse, but thankfully I have my walker, so it wasn't a huge deal. And they were like, she can pull all the way up here and pick you up and take you back up to the reception hall. She didn't do that. Because I guess when she was parking, because she like dropped me off real quick, and then she actually parked. I guess my brother-in-law had an issue because he pulled in and then he tried to pull out and was having some issues. So she was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna pull all the way up there." It's like, okay, that's fine, whatever. So I get to her car. Anyway, so we get back, and it's almost like this little barn restaurant sort of deal. The reception hall. First, they had this deck put on it. It was new because I went on their Facebook page, and just like a few months ago, they were showing it off in a video. There's handicap parking, and it's really gravelly area, so you gotta be careful with that. If you're a walker or a walker user, just be careful of that. Then they have a ramp, but it's hidden, and it's like all the way on the other side from where the handicap parking is. So we walk up to the closest part, which is steps, which was fine. It was only like 3. I could handle 3 with my walker. I just need a little bit of help. Not a big deal. They were like, you go all the way around there and go up the ramp. I'm like, I'm already here. Let's just do this. But then you get up on the deck, up those steps, and there's like the doorway. But right there, in front of the doorway, is the wedding party table. And then there's these things. I don't know what they were. I don't know what they were for heating or what. They were for heating. It got cold later on. I don't think they were. I don't know. I don't know what they were, but there were these long stacks on either side of the table that you had to like squeeze past. Get to the seating area. Once in there, I was fine. I wasn't planning on doing a whole lot of moving around. I don't dance. I'm not a dancer. I found out later that if I had needed to go to the bathroom, I wouldn't have been able to because they had tables blocking off the bathroom. I wish I'd tried to and gone in and seen how accessible the bathroom was, but like I said, I didn't need to at any point. So yeah, that was our little trip. Our trip down there was treacherous. Ridiculous. At one point, they waited until after school because all the kids had tests they had to take. So they waited until after school to drive down there. So it got late before we got there. It was like 7 or 8, but it was like dark because it was the end of beginning of November. We're at week 2. Yeah. It got pitch dark, and the roads turned into these little like 1 lane road thingies, back roads, and they were like, because it's mountains at that point. You're in mountains at that point. It's just, and then sometimes up and curvy. At one point, it got dark, and me and my sister had a heart jumping right out of your mouth moment. They're hitchhikers right on the edge of the road, just hitchhiking in the dark. Think, what is wrong with you? It was really funny. On our way up there, we were 2 minutes away, and we stopped at a rest stop. We were literally 2 minutes. The GPS said 2 minutes. Which ended up being longer than that because what you had to do was, one of the kids had to go potty, that's why we stopped at the rest stop. But what we had to do is, you drive to this place. I don't know, it was like a little motel, and like the office for the cabins was there too. And you get the keys and the directions. They don't give you the address, they give you directions from there to the cabin. Weird. So we did that, and that was insane, that drive. It was more fun on the way back from the wedding to the cabin because it was late again. And me and my youngest sister followed behind my mom and my dad, and they got lost. or they didn't believe the GPS. Or my dad saw one of the road signs, and he was like, "No, that's the way we're supposed to go." So he followed that way, and it was not the right way. And we ended up. There was a guy standing out from his house, like by his mailbox, in the pitch dark again. This is in the pitch black. And then at one point, a dog just like casually steps out into the road. We didn't hit him. We did hit a squirrel on the way up to the cabin, though. Or no, on the way home. That was in the daylight. Yeah, my sister felt horrible. She hit a squirrel. So it was interesting. I just wanted to talk about it. Put a video out. I have another video I want to do about what YouTubers I follow. But it's such a long list, and every time I go to do it, I have added a new one to the list. Plus, I'm gonna be able to wear makeup for that video. I can't wear it today. I've taken my Claritin, but I've sneezed. I've had like 5 different sneezing fits this morning. What time is it? It was like 11 something. I can't get the clock to come down. Oh, it's noon now. Yeah, I've had like 5 sneezing fits. It's cold in my room. I gotta get a heater up here. I know we have space heaters, but I hope it's not just that clinky one that my sister found. I ain't using that one. If I have to, I will get another one. So yeah. That was our trip up to somewhere in Kentucky. For my cousin's wedding. It was a nice day. It was early in November, like I said. It was, they were lucky. The weather was so nice. Like, it got colder later the night went on, obviously, but it was nice for the ceremony since it was outside. It was great. So happy for them. Congratulations to them. Oh, after there was a caricature. I will. Hang on. You guys see mine. See if I can. Get it all the way in there. There she is. Yep. I've had a character done once before. It was me and my grandma on a cruise. I don't have that to show you. That's put up somewhere. Probably in my closet. Either that or my storage unit. But yeah, that was our trip down there for my cousin's wedding.